How are you feeling? You got John Riggs here with a couple of devices that will make your video games look already better than they already do. There is the Retro series. I'm very curious about this. And then we have one specifically for the Nintendo Switch. Now there is the mClassic that already exists, and I have one. And you know, this is kind of with the feedback. They're saying like we need one just for Switch, and we need just one for Retro. The Retro one really piques my interest. I don't think I'm as qualified as many others on YouTube to review something like this or even look at something like this. I'm happy to look at it. I'm happy to look at it to see if it works, because that's me. I don't care about text and numbers and stats and all that. Like, does it plug and play? Does it work? I just want to play the video games. And that's what I'm all about. So let's have a look at this. And I think we will look at this Switch one as well. We're going to put them to the test. When I say the test, I mean I'm going to pop it in and see if it works and see if it says what it does. Or does what it says. This one says it works for GameCube, Super Nintendo, PlayStation, Genesis, Dreamcast. Play old games like it's new. Image sharpening, anti-aliasing, upscaling, depth of field. Enjoy the nostalgia on a big screen with zero lag and a flawless gaming experience. Compatible with a bunch of devices. Requires third-party HDMI adapter. I thought this was an HDMI adapter. Oh! Because it goes from HDMI to HDMI. And there are some of these devices, like the Super Nintendo, like the PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3 of course, but you know, things like the Dreamcast or the PlayStation 2 that do have that third-party HDMI adapter. So you use that, and then on top of that you use this to clear up the screen. Interesting. I do have my trusty, man, I've used it for years, this guy. I love this thing so much. This is my Super Retro Trio 3 Plus. It is a clone console that does Genesis, Super Nintendo, and NES, and it does have the HDMI. And I betcha this will work with this clone console to make it look better. But let's have a look at this. Let's open this up. Now, if you're curious on it, again, they are funding this through Indiegogo right now. And the best part is it's already been funded. This is already coming out. But you can pre-order yours through Indiegogo with a couple of different ideas there. So, neat packaging. I got the green one. Oh, I think they're all green. Oh, that's why it's the RGB. So here's the blue one, and there's the green one, and then the red one is the classic. That's the one that already exists, which works for just about everything, but this one's like specifically for this. And all it is literally this. There is the HDMI, and then the HDMI there. Switch on the side, we'll cover that here coming up. So make sure I'm doing, oh, come on. Make sure, dude, are you serious? One thing after another. So make sure I'm doing this right. You plug this directly into the back of the console, or you can use the added adapter. I like using this because it gives a little extending in case you need to use that button there. So pop it in like that, and you plop that into your back of their console. And then the console, or then the HDMI that goes to the TV goes right there. I don't know what happens if you use it the other direction. It probably won't work at all. You power it on, that's it. That's literally it. You don't have to hook it up through your computer or anything like that. It is a plug and play, but it does have to be powered through this thing, which is included. They included the HDMI mini, or no, was it called micro? It's been a while. Why couldn't it be USB-C? I have those. But if you don't have if you don't have the USB micro, then sure. Then they include one for you. They include the cord. The Switch is powered off, or mode 2 is upscale, anti-alias, and sharpness. And then mode 3 is retro mode, optimized for your retro games, including a 4:3 aspect ratio, which is amazing because when I plug this into my television, I only get the 16:9. It's only stretch screen. I couldn't find, and there's even little buttons down here too. Nothing makes it so it's a 4:3 ratio. Using this, I can finally get a 4:3 ratio with my clone console. That's amazing. And maybe you've seen that if you watch the channel for a while. I'm capturing footage of these new NES games. And I don't have the ROM, I just have the game I'm playing. You know, when the screen's stretched, it kind of takes me out of it a little bit. So, I'm going to pop that in there and plug all this in. This is King's Quest V for the NES physical cartridge, and there's the 4:3 ratio. Yeah, before I'd have to stretch the whole screen out. I mean, it would just already be stretched out. Now this is on 0 mode. Let me turn it on. The next click up. Oh, you see a little? Just a little bit. That's off. That's on. Probably not showing a whole lot there. It just show me some in-game graphics. Let's let's go straight to the game here. So here's what nothing turned on with the Switch. I'm gonna hit the Switch in 3, 2, 1, go. I mean, it looked fine before. I mean, I got my 4:3 ratio, so that's what's really making me happy about this. it already paid for itself. And then there's the all-the-way retro mode with the 4:3 ratio and all that. So maybe a 4:3 ratio didn't work, then you'd click that button and it would. But it's like it's already working by default, at least on mine. Yeah. Again, here, let me. So usually, yeah. See, like that's what it usually looks like. It's all stretched out, you know. And this is, I mean, I can make it bigger here. So it's usually like that. Let me go back to like the title screen. That's not an optimal. It's not the way this game was made. You know what I mean? However, there you go. See. So, and that's the upscaling. So it gives you the upscaling because, you know, before it was like super small. So it makes it upscaled, cleans it out. Interesting. Here, let me grab another game right behind me here. Then let's go through the different switches here. So here's without it. Here's the first switch. On the captured screen, it looks a little pale. But on my TV screen, it looks a little bit more crisp. But that looks fine, just like that. And then that's the other one. So, I mean, I guess it's all, you know, based on your own preference here. Oh, what did I do? There you go. Oh, you know what this one is? Take a wild guess. Take a wild guess what this one is. Again, don't worry about the sound. That's just my emulation thing. Usually when I'm testing games, I'm not playing with music anyway. It's just, you know, it's handy. And that's turned off. And then there's the first one. So here's without, with, and then that's the turned up, like the, whatever it is, like the retro mode. And again, without it, it's fine. Done with the clone console for now, but there's one thing that I noticed was pretty interesting. So now I'm using my webcam right now. What I noticed is it had all these great ideas on the side of the box here. Here we go. It says things like GameCube, Super Nintendo, PlayStation, Genesis, Dreamcast. Mentions PlayStation 2 on the back, PlayStation 3, Xbox even, Xbox 360, the Wii U. So many great ideas. No talk of Nintendo 64, of all things. I'm going to try it anyway, because that's why I'm here. So, let's pop in, I think just about the only... Well, you know what? Here, I have an EverDrive. I'll just pop in an EverDrive. See the... This is all the way turned on, and there's off. It's fine. I mean, it might just be preference of how you're doing it. And again, this is also, it didn't say anything about Nintendo 64. Oh. Well, again, because of the upscaling. So I'll have to stretch out the screen. So, and that's what it looks like without. This is just without the device at all. Can you see a difference? I mean, somebody can, probably. So, indeed. There you go. I love the fact that I can use my clone console that usually stretches the screen out. That's all I needed. That works fine for me. But maybe you have these other devices that are already patched through with HDMI and all that, too. Like your Dreamcast, like your Genesis, like your PlayStation 1 even, that has that adapter and stuff like that. Might be worth your while to look at one of these. Of course, I'm super, like it says retro. Hey, I went straight to the Nintendo. I'm super retro on that one. So, but it's available right now through Indiegogo. I was sent these for the purpose of this video. And thanks for checking this out. I'm looking forward to me looking at more Nintendo games on my clone console that I can actually capture footage for without having to, you know, deal with a stretched screen and all that. I think that's pretty amazing. So, awesome. Thanks.